So who's Dubai's competition? Because I know Saudi Arabia is making a strong push into everything that Dubai is kind of doing.
Yes.
That's what we've been told. Like, they sat back and they watched what Dubai did, and now they're positioning themselves to be bigger.
Yes.
They obviously, nobody has more money than
they have more money than everyone. So they're just like, we'll just throw money at it. So Saudi has some really incredible projects that are coming up, such as Neom, which is the line city. So that city is going to be all encompassing. You never actually have to leave the city. They have all kind of things flying around in that city. You don't even need your own vehicle. It's really, really crazy. They also have the Turtle City. I forget the actual name of it, but it's like the palm, but it's shaped like a turtle.
Yes.
But it's bigger than the palm, and it has more development. They also have
that's in the middle of the water.
It's the middle of the water. Yeah. It is insane what they're doing.
Yeah.
Saudi is not playing, but what I feel the difference is they're going to have a hard time retraining our minds to feel safe there, to feel not safe from I'm going to get hurt perspective, but to be myself. You know, with all the different communities that we have that are developed, people don't feel comfortable partying or wearing certain things.
I think that's why they're doing such a strong push with culture.
Yeah.
So like Swiss, he's becoming like the ambassador for Saudi.
See, that's why.
And then like they have a music festival. They had DJ Khaled come. They have Future. They have Fat Joe.
And they can write the check. So
I think that's a way to accelerate, because people have short memories.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, once you start to have enough of those cultural type of vibes, you're going to forget everything.
Yeah.
You're going to follow culture there.
You're going to follow the culture there. Yeah. And then especially when they see something dangly and shining, all you have to do is get a few Instagram influencers to show a really dope resort. Yeah. And they have one that that's pinned in my in my saved folder for travel in Saudi, where you're in the desert, but it's like caves and everything around you. Is so gorgeous. You know, so they're doing a great job on their marketing push to say it. Now it's just about, relaxing some of the alcohol laws and being able to be more affectionate in public and different things like that. So it's just retraining our minds. But like you said, people have short memory.
They're in the process of building the tallest land structure in the world as well. Yes. Right? So they sold the Burj Khalifa and they said, let's go higher than that.
But now Dubai has another structure higher than that.
Then they came back and said, we saw your plans.
Yeah.
Let's build one bigger than that.
Yes, they're one bigger than that. So I love it. I mean, it's such I love competition. I'm an athlete at heart. You know, I ran track all my life. And so for me, I like the competition because it's constantly forcing you to be better. It's like, okay, you can do this. All right, now how can I stretch you to be better? So I enjoy watching them.
Yeah. So when you think about yourself now, you're establishing your footprints in Dubai and you're trailblazing.
Thank you.
But it's international. And so are there markets inside of the UAE or maybe somewhere else that you have your eyes on in that 10 to 15-year vision plan?
Ooh, shorter than that. Yes. So I would say South Africa would be one of the areas between South Africa and Ghana. I think that those two areas really catch my attention quite a bit. So what we doing? What we talking about?
We going to Ghana at the end of the year.
We are going to Ghana.
Actually, I might be there because I wanted to go there for New Year's anyway.
Okay. Everybody's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there.
So
we're going to do Market Mondays. We got the Market Mondays tour.
Okay, I'll be there.
Stop. That's the last stop on the tour.
Yes.
It's Ghana.
So. I have some connections I can put you with in Ghana.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it's all about relationships.
So let's speak to that, right? Because we really think the U.S. is all that, but Dubai is the Middle East, the middle of the world. I can literally get to Greece in 6 hours. I can be in Egypt in 3 hours.
Well, when we went there, we was talking with, I forget, he was a very high-ranking official in the government at Steve Harvey's gala. And we was talking, we was having a conversation, and he was saying that all of the focus is on Asia and Africa. He's like, that's where growth is. Asia and Africa.
Yes.
He's like that.
That's it.
That's it.
It wasn't even
Everything else is it's maxed
Focus
out.
on that. Like so I feel like even in America, I feel like, of course, America's our home. So we always
love America.
We always have a bias towards America. But especially Black people, we've always, fought for freedoms and justice and different things of that nature. And I feel like, there's nothing that stops you from going different places. Like, you don't have to be confined to just one part of the world.
Yes.
Like, you can do business in different places. You can live in different places. You can invest in different places, whether it's Africa, whether it's in the Middle East, whether it's in the Caribbean, whatever. Like, when you see that, opportunities are limited at one place, then you go to another place. This is what people have done for America for 100 years.
Yes.
This is why so many immigrants have come to America, right? Because they had
Absolutely.
oppression where they were at. They had obstacles. They had limited opportunities where they came from.
Yes.
So they came to America, established a new life for themselves, and provided opportunities.
Yes.
And then actually even provided more opportunities back home. They sent money back home. They sent so it's like we can do the same thing.
We can do the exact same thing. And that's a powerful point, because we don't really flip it around. We always get upset about, oh, how did they get grants and they're not from here, or they didn't do this. But now being on the other side of it, where I'm entering into a foreign land, it's like, wow, I see it so much more differently, because they woke up here, they grew here, but I have so much more hustle and so much more hunger to, like, let me take advantage of this market. Like, I see it. I'm eager. I'm anxious. And so that creates a sense of like, okay, I got to do this. And then it's a sink or swim mentality. I'm over there by myself. Like, I don't have another option. I put this out there to the world. I cannot fail. I have to make this work. I have to make it happen. So it's created a different energy behind everything that I do.
It's going to work. It's going to work.
The world is your oyster, Denise.
Yeah, it really is.
And when you're over there, right? It's not like, I can drive down the street to somebody.
No.
Like, you got to figure these things out. It's a long way back from Savannah.
Yeah.
So we talked about a lot of the benefits. What are some of the reasons that people maybe shouldn't invest in Dubai?
Great
What
question.
are some of the cons?
So some of the cons would be, as Rashad mentioned, we've been trained to live in debt. If you're someone that is really struggles with debt and things of that nature, it's not the place for you, because you will go to jail if you don't pay your bills. So you're not signing these payment plans.
And you go to jail if you smoking weed.
Yes. So
don't
you have
go over there with that.
No.
Even though I heard that they are laxing laws. They said that they're trying to make it.
I don't know. I haven't heard that one.
But yeah, if you plan on using drugs or selling drugs,
yes,
that's not the part of the world to do that.
That's not the place that you want to be, because you will be underground or in the desert. You don't want that.
We met somebody with a personal experience. Their friend.
Yeah.
So we knew somebody. We met somebody from New York. Their friend was he's serving like 30 years in jail.
See, they don't. It's not worth it.
They said it's jail on the other side of the sun.
That's it.
So
it's really one of the two.
That's great. Because when they told me the other side of the sun, when they told me about the other side of the sun, I kept hearing about the other side of the sun. So I asked them. I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like, what's on the other side of the sun? They was like, well, have you ever seen the other side of the sun? I said, no. He's like, exactly.
That's what it means.
No coming back.
Get out of here. And so that's definitely, that was another point that I was going to make. Definitely recreational use of drugs is not going to be the place. And also, if you don't have an open mind, you have to think there's over 200 nationalities in Dubai. So you have to be willing to work with different people and have a level of patience that they may not say things that you can quickly understand, without being offensive, and just being open to culture. You don't want to be a part of conservatism, because a lot of Americans, we don't like to be told what to do. So it's like we have a natural buck in us. Like, no, you're not going to tell me I can't hold hands. You're not going to tell me I can't wear this. You can't. So if you have that kind of mindset,
I am going to tell you.
Yeah, I'm actually going to tell you. You're actually going to.
You want to see the other side of it? Okay. You're going to do what I say.
It's that simple, actually.
And so, those are just some of those reasons. And one thing that I will also say, if you plan to conduct business in both the U.S. and the UAE, think about the fact that there is a huge time zone difference. I'm literally a walking zombie most days, because I'm working for the U.S. and then I'm working Dubai. And so some days I don't get rest because I'm working 2 time zones. Like, obviously there's going to have to be an adjustment where I choose. But for now, it's a hustle, And so I'm just like, make sure you take that into consideration, because you might want to talk to your mom every day, but that's going to change, because when she wakes up, you're going to sleep, and vice versa. So relationships will start to become strained, because it's difficult. It's difficult.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
How are you getting clients? You're selling. Who are your clients?
Yeah.
And you started a business, right? But how did you be able to grow that business, and how are you able to get people into your funnel?
So the biggest thing is, I think that you all only interview people who have proof of concept, right? So that is something that I have developed over the last 11 years. I've been in real estate since 2012. And so I've built up a brand that people know, like, and trust. And because I've already done business, now all I'm doing is doing the same thing I've been doing, getting on social media, showing projects, showing people, like, this is what I'm now doing. I have created this community and following of people that are, like, interested in me organically. So what I've done, my strategy is I'm like, okay, be the first, number one. That's like, boom, eye opener. Number two is I'm bringing my audience to this region. So my focus, I didn't go into their market saying, I'm going to work with Emiratis.
You working with Americans.
I'm working with Americans. I'm like, this is my market. It's wide open because we don't know about it, but we have the money. We just don't know where the opportunities are. So if I spread the message about, hey, here are the opportunities, Americans are going to listen to me because now I speak their language. I can break down a contract to you in a way that you understand. We've developed trust. You know how I know how to handle the culture. I know what you expect. You would much rather work with me than someone from Pakistan that can't explain a contract to you in a way that you can understand. Yeah. Why? Because you're going to feel like it's a scam. Yeah. So because of that, I've positioned myself to be the authority figure to say, hey, come, listen. It's not that people haven't wanted to invest for 100 years. It's just that they don't have anyone to trust.